The Israeli military has launched targeted ground activities in Gaza, partially recapturing a key area in the territory, a day after launching an aerial bombardment of the strip that shattered the two-month-old ceasefire with Hamas. Now, this operation began a day after Israel renewed its bombardment of Gaza, shattering that fragile ceasefire with Hamas. Israel accused Hamas of repeatedly refusing to release hostages and rejecting offers from mediators. Hamas, in turn, accused Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of unilaterally appending the truce and putting hostages at risk of an unknown fate. My colleague Vishal has been tracking the latest developments for us. He joins us live at the moment. Vishal, take us through the latest developments.
So as you mentioned, Parmeshwar, there had been at least 400 deaths recorded ever since these fresh strikes in Gaza started about 2 days ago. So the ceasefire in the enclave has collapsed. Both the parties were not able to reach an agreement. There had been a lot of back and forth as far as the negotiations are concerned in Qatar. Technically the ceasefire had already ended on March 1. That's when the first phase of the ceasefire had ended. But there had been some kind of limbo as far as the attacks are concerned. The negotiations were going on, but those talks collapsed, and now full-blown attack has happened from Israeli side to the Gaza side, and ground operations have begun. Israel has now recaptured the key Netzarim corridor. So a lot of things remain to be seen, but so far the strikes are continuing to happen. The ground operation has begun again. So the embattled territory that had seen a brief period of peace for about 45 to 50 days is again back to the old days of everyday bombings and children and women being killed indiscriminately. And Israel has been saying that it's continuing to attack Hamas targets, but it's no secret that even women and children are every day being killed on a daily basis. So all of that will come into the picture when the second phase of the ceasefire is discussed, and that's a larger question as to when that discussion actually happens, because so far there's no indication as to that the second phase of the ceasefire is actually going to happen or not.